Today we'll be testing 4 unknown chemicals to identify if they are an alkane, an alkene, a carboxylic acid, or an alcohol. These have been labeled randomly A to D and represent the following compounds: cyclohexane, cyclohexene, ethanoic acid, and ethanol. We'll start by collecting our equipment and samples, and to avoid cross-contamination, we'll also use the opportunity to label our pipettes. Test 1. Solubility in water. Label 4 test tubes A to D and place them in your test tube rack. Then, fill each to about a quarter full with water. And cover them with rubber bongs. We'll then add just a few drops of our samples to the corresponding test tubes, making sure to cover them again after each addition. I just want to point out, if you're carrying out this experiment outside of a fume cupboard, it's really important to minimize exposure of these unknown samples. They can be quite pungent and harmful to your health. We'll then give them a shake and observe our results. If it floats and forms a layer on top, it is insoluble. Test 2. The bromine water test. Collect 4 new test tubes, label these A to D, then add about 10 drops of bromine water to each test tube, making sure to cover them immediately with a rubber bong. You'll then add just a few drops of your samples to their corresponding test tubes. Just as before, making sure to cover them again after each addition. Once complete, give each test tube a shake and record your observations. If the bromine water changes color from orange to colorless, then it's an alkene. Test 3. The carboxylic acid test. Again, collect 4 new test tubes. Label these A to D and then add approximately 1 milliliter of your sample to their corresponding test tube, making sure to cover them with a rubber bung afterwards. We'll then add a couple drops of universal indicator solution to each test tube. Give it a shake and record the corresponding pH based on the colors you see. As you can see, D is acidic by its deep orange color, whilst B and C are only mildly acidic, and A is neutral. To confirm the presence of a carboxylic acid, we'll add a small amount of sodium carbonate to our acidic samples. The appearance of effervescence is a positive indication the sample is a carboxylic acid. Record your observations. Test 4. The acidified dichromate test. Collect 4 new test tubes. Label these A to D and Prepare a hot water bath by half filling a 250 ml beaker with water from a kettle. Add approximately 10 drops of acidified potassium dichromate to each test tube. You'll then add just a few drops of your samples to their corresponding test tubes. Just as before, making sure to cover them again after each addition. Place the test tubes in your water bath and leave them for 2 minutes. Once the time is over, give each test tube a gentle shake, dry it with some tissue, return it to your test tube rack, and record your observations. A color change from orange to green and then eventually blue is a positive result for an alcohol, though it's worth noting that the alkene, cyclohexene, will also undergo a color change, though it is at a much slower rate than ethanol. For each test, once you've recorded your results, make sure to safely dispose of the contents of your test tube as directed by your teacher and/or technician.